Hi there, and in this video I want to show you how I created a 21.5 hour game development course. I basically want to discuss the exact process that I follow in order to make this a reality, some of my advices that I can give you. Basically, this is going to be super helpful if either indeed want to start creating your own game development courses and start to sell them, or even if you just want to entertain yourself a little bit and watch some content in terms of, okay, how exactly is a game development course created in the background, because you may have seen or even taken some online course and you thought, okay, how it is exactly created. So I want to answer all these questions in this video, so let's get started right away. So first of all, this is the course itself, Learn to Create a 2D RPG in Unity. You can, by the way, get this course at this amazing price using the link down below, which will basically automatically apply the coupon LETA_corporation, and this will give you a 70% off. So that is amazing. This is for limited time, so I really recommend that you go right there and buy your course, because it's been published, I believe, something like just 1 week ago, and in just 1 week it already has 6 students in. And it's amazing because I have not run any kinds of ads, I have not showcased a lot on my own YouTube channel, so this is organic, completely organic, and people that has already trusted the course. That, as you can see, for this amazing price you get more than 20 hours of content and you get to create an RPG video. So quite quickly I want to show you the video itself. Welcome. In this course you're going to be learning how to create. So as you can see, this is the game that it's shown how to create a 2D RPG in which the player can get to modify to use both weapons. Okay, there are different enemies. As you can see, there is some lightning, particles, and so indeed there is a kind of like a lot of things that you're going to be learning version of throughout the course. My main idea for the course now, besides promoting it, I wanted to mention this inside of the video itself, is that I wanted to think of this video as a comprehensive guide between starting off as a beginner and kind of becoming an intermediate developer. Because a lot of courses are thought in a way that, okay, yes, you may start with the very basics of it. If it is a kind of long course of 20 hours, 10 hours, whatever, you may start with creating something pretty basic and then moving to more advanced concepts. But a lot of these courses do not actually go into more intermediate stuff, okay? And I want to show you the following. In this course, okay, specifically, and once again, this is not directly to try to sell you the course, but to explain how I thought of this course and why I am so proud of this course itself. Welcome. Because the course goes over lots of topics that are not usually covered. I don't know if it is because the instructors that teach them don't know about this content, because it takes much more time to create a course that puts together a lot of these concepts. So I want to show you what these concepts are. So these are, well, game juice, concepts, trails, particles, etc. But the ones that I wanted to mention are these ones, okay? So I believe, yes, those were all. So as you can see, events, inheritance, abstract classes, abstract functions, manager, singleton, C#, generic, C# interfaces, animation curves, advanced code refactor, and even more stuff, okay? And you may have seen some of these in YouTube tutorials, in paid courses, but have actually seen all of them in just one course? I have taken a lot of courses from Game Dev TV, for example, that you probably know this amazing platform. I love this platform. I've been able to learn a lot thanks to them. I have taken, as you can see, lots of courses, and I'm still taking lots of them. And in all these courses that, as you can see, for example, here, an 18 courses in course of complete Unity to the developer, and don't get me wrong, these courses are amazing, but what I was always realizing is the fact, okay, yes, they are a complete guide to Unity, but they don't ever go to these kind of more advanced concepts, or at least not quite advanced or quite to the detail in how to apply them. In just one course that I found, this is in the Unity turn-based strategy course. As you can see, it's marked as an intermediate course. And in this case, I did find a lot of new concepts. But which was the problem that I identified, and the reason why I created this course? The reason is that from this course to this other course, there are like, I know, 100 steps separated. So this course is kind of like quite easy to follow along. It's quite a beginner course. And this one, I felt that, okay, I am not understanding anything or not understanding anything, but this is quite of much more advanced. The separation in terms of level between these two is massive, okay? Because in this course, there was also another one that is new one of Unity 6. Here, that is a 30-hour course, okay? And this is a complete Unity 3D developer. Once again, I am not telling you do not buy courses from Game.tv because I love the platform. But it is meant to be a complete Unity 3D developer course, and they don't really mention all these things that I told you a second ago. They do cover events, inheritance, some kind of these things, okay? They do mention them, and maybe they do use them. But if you do take my course and if you do take some Game.tv courses and you compare them, for example, you will see that the number of times that we have applied these concepts in this course, it is going to be much more than the times that you apply this in mostly any kind of other course that I have seen. Because once again, I have not only thought of this course that I created just to make money for myself. I also wanted to teach people, to help people become better developers, because all these things, as I mentioned in the introduction here, have really helped me to become a better developer and to create better games. That's why I put so much emphasis on learning them. Because when you take the course, you realize how much all this stuff actually helps, okay? And maybe in this course that is just 20 hours long, you're able to learn more than a 27-hour course. Or even just by taking this course, okay, 21 hours, you don't have to also go and take these beginner courses, okay? You are going to be saving a lot of time. And once again, I want to make this clear. I am not telling you all this just to promote my course and tell you, okay, buy this course. No. I want to explain you this to actually show you the process, the thinking that I had to do in order to come up with what I think that is a pretty valuable course for anybody that takes it. And it really made me proud creating this course, because I created it in a way that I thought, okay, if anybody does buy this course, I am sure, or well, I expect that person to actually learn a lot of things. Once again, to go from a complete beginner developer, okay, going from the very basics of C#, because directly the first section after the introduction is Unity C# basics. And here we go from the very basics of everything. What a function is, what a variable is. You can even, as you can see this content for complete free. As you can see, I don't even have a Udemy account over here, as you can see, and I'm able to see this content. And to go from this Unity C# basics to much more complex stuff. For example, here in Code Refactor, we were going over inheritance, protected variables, protected virtual and overriding functions, abstract, overriding some functions. So you understand what I mean, right? You're going from directly the Unity C# basics to more advanced concepts, which are inheritance. And then you will also, I know, be adding collision layers, interfaces. So you see, for example, here, when talking about interfaces, this is a specific section, okay, to discuss interfaces. For example, why to use another interface? Because previously there was another interface used. So let me check where the other interface was actually used. Or well, sorry, while I was looking for that, another thing is the fact that I was always trying to make the concepts as practical as possible. And probably this is something that you have heard lots of times, but here it was actually made, because in some courses they tell you, yes, you're going to be learning a lot of practical concepts, but then they tell, okay, yes, here we're going to be implementing an interface. And why an interface and not an abstract class, or not an event, or not another separate script? I don't know. So here, for example, why ifs are not the best option sometimes. And here, well, I tell you, okay, this is the problem. And here then I tell you, okay, the solution is using events. Why events? Here is the answer. How do you use these events? How do you invoke them? How do you store these events in dictionaries, and why? So you understand the logic that is behind the course that not lots of them actually have. That was the main point of the course and the main thing that I wanted to mention. Here I found, when we were talking about the interface basics, a whole 11-minute section dedicated to the interface basics. Once that we know the basics, we go ahead and create the interface. Then we implement it. Then we compare interfaces with abstract classes, a concept that we have seen before in the code refactor of the movements, okay? So code refactor movement right over here, okay, interface, sorry, inheritance, and here we are learning inheritance, and then when we get to interfaces, because there are some similarities, we get to actually compare them both. So let me actually show you here Healthism interfaces versus abstract classes. So here you see how everything is kind of connected, and where I kind of try to join up the two paths, or I try to join together the two dots, going from a beginner developer to a more advanced developer, and I try to draw for you that path. So that's the main logic behind the course that I really want to explain in this video. And for those who want to know the actual production of the course, that could be a whole separated video, but I did want to mention some of the main stuff. To organize everything, I use Notion, and so you can see I even organize the content for the YouTube channel itself. So going over the actual Notion table, okay, would take a lot of time, but I basically have here this course, Learn to Create a 2D RPG Game. So I have here the different assets that I wanted to use themselves, okay, from Kenny. In this case, I grabbed them. I also tend to grab them from itch.io, for example. And well, then I have just here a to-do list, and I just go ahead and create the different sections, okay, of the course with the different toggles. And how I like to do this is that firstly, I created the game entirely, and then I just had to create it again, recording it. So I said, okay, yes, let's start the course. Firstly, setting up the project, okay, so the layout, the images, the audio, etc. And then once that is done, okay, let's start off with the player movement, because it's the very basic stuff that we need to get working. And once that is done, okay, we have the player movement, let's then animate it. So I was kind of organizing the course structure as it goes, because that allowed me to make the course a little bit faster, okay, and also kind of more real. Because sometimes when you do plan a lot in advance, then when you actually watch the course, it is not going to be that realistic. Because when you create a game on your own, you don't have the structure, okay, firstly the movement, then the animation, then the sound effects. No, you don't have that. It's quite impossible to know, okay, firstly the player movement, then the environment, then the enemy prefab. It's mostly impossible to know that. So I did try to create the game as realistically as possible. So that is for the organization, and also in the middle, if I needed to tag some resource or whatever, I will put it here. And then I first put it in brown, and then when it was actually uploaded to the platform, I would just make this green, okay, to differentiate it from the resources that have been loaded and resources that have not been. So that was quite simple to do, and this is the main stuff, just a list, okay, with the different chapters, the different sections, and that was mostly all. I would, for example, dedicate I don't know, 3-4 hours recording, okay, which would end up being 2-3 hours of course itself, and at the end of the day, once I finish up recording for the day, I would upload all those videos to the platform, to the curriculum itself, and I will repeat that process over and over again until I am able to actually finish up with the course. If you actually want to know the workflow behind the course itself, more details about that, let me know in the comments down below, and I will release that video as well. With this being said, once again, you're going to be able to purchase this course with the link down below. Remember, the original price, I don't have control over the original price. This is handled by Udemy. But if you use the promotion code LETA_corporation, okay, or using the link down below that will automatically apply this coupon code, you're going to be having a 70% off. So at just $13, you're going to be having this 21.5 hour course. As you can see, super comprehensive. I think it's one of the best courses that you're going to be able to purchase, and once again at a super cheap price. So well, that is all. I hope we can see each other in this course and see you there. So enroll right now. Bye bye.